My dear child, I see you. I see those moments when your soul trembles, when fear stands in your heart and doubt lies to your soul. But today, I have a message for you, a divine voice echoing from heaven deep within your heart. Strengthen your faith. You were not created to live a life of fear. You were not born to live a life of powerlessness or purposelessness. I breathed life into you with purpose, and I walk with you every step of the way, even when you don't feel it, even when it's dark. I am still here. Faith is not about never feeling fear. Faith is choosing me, even when fear roars. Faith is moving forward, even when the path is invisible. Faith is holding my hand tightly, not letting go when the storm wants to shake you. This moment now is sacred. This moment is a calling. I am calling you to rise up, to awaken, to rediscover your identity with me. This is not the end. This is a new beginning. This is a call to you to let go of all that has weakened your faith, the hurt, the delays, the disappointments, and to come boldly into my presence again. Not with perfection, but with integrity. Not with power, but with surrender. I want to teach you how to walk by faith, not by sight. I want to remind you that I am your provider, your physician, your protector, your redeemer. I want to anchor your soul in the truth so deeply that no storm can ever overturn you again. Then breathe, my child. Let my words fall upon you like rain upon dry ground. Feed your soul, not with the noise of the world, but with the whisperings of my spirit. For this is your moment. This is God's call to you. Strengthen your faith today. My dear child, before you were conceived, I knew you. I saw your face, your struggles, your triumphs, and your doubts. I saw your journey in its entirety. And yet I chose you, not for your perfection, but for your heart. You are not a mistake, not forgotten, not invisible. You are mine. When you are weak, I am your strength. When the path is heavy and your soul cries silently in the darkness of the night, I hear it, and I respond. Not always according to your expectations, but always according to your needs. The world has told you many things, that you have to prove yourself, that you have to be enough, that you have to carry it all alone. But I never said that. I never told you to carry your life alone. I said, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. That rest begins with remembering me. Remember who I am. I am the God who parted the Red Sea. I am the God who stopped the mouths of lions. I am the God who raised the dead, comforted the brokenhearted, fed thousands, and stilled the storm with a word. I am the God who died for you, not because you were strong, but because I loved you while you were still broken. Your faith doesn't grow just by your efforts. It grows when you take your eyes off yourself and look at me. For the more you look at me, the more your soul will rest, believe, and rise. The enemy wants you to believe that I am far away, that I have forgotten you, that your pain is meaningless. But I tell you the truth, I am near to the brokenhearted. Even in silence, I am working. Even in waiting, I am building you up. What seems late is not denial. It is a divine preparation. What seems quiet is not absence. It is holy silence. I know how hard it has been. I know you try to be strong for others. I see how you pretend to be okay when your soul is tired. But you don't have to pretend with me. I am your Father, and I love every part of you, even the parts that don't feel like love. Let your heart come home again. Come to me not with your smooth prayers, but with your raw honesty. Tell me your fears. Tell me your doubts. Give me a chance to remind you, and in doing so, I will remind you of who you really are. You are not your failure. You are not your past. You are not your struggle. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. You are mine. And when you remember me, your faith will begin to grow again, not in your own strength, but in my spirit, working in you. Be still and know that I am God. Calm your thoughts, calm your worries, calm your racing heart. Let my presence descend upon you like the sun. Let me be your anchor. This is where faith begins, not in effort, but in remembrance. And I will lead you forward, one step at a time, my child. There will be moments when everything around you will seem to be falling apart. Prayers will be unanswered. Doors will be closed. The sound of the storm will grow louder. And you will begin to ask, Lord, where are you? I am here, in the fire with you, just as I was with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, in the fiery furnace. So I am with you now. I did not shield them from the fire, but I did not let the fire consume them. Not a hair on their heads was singed, and there was no smell of smoke on their clothes. You wonder why I sometimes let the fires endure. But, my beloved, it is in the fire that your faith is sanctified. In the fire that which is false burns, and that which is true remains. The fire does not come to destroy you. It comes to reveal me in you. You ask, why do I have to endure the pain? Why is life so hard? But I ask you this question. When you walk in the valley and you see me carrying you, don't you know me more deeply? When everything else fades away and my presence is all you have, isn't that enough? Faith is not built on comfort. Faith grows in places where you have no control, yet you choose to believe. Faith is born when your plans fall apart, but your praise continues. Faith blooms when you say, if he doesn't, I will still believe him. Even if the cure doesn't come soon, even if the job doesn't come back, even if the relationship never gets restored, even if the storm doesn't stop tonight, I am still God, and I am still good. My child, you do not walk alone. I am refining you in the fire, not to punish you, but to purify you. When the world sees ashes, I see gold. And when the fire is over, you will rise. Not just alive, but strong. Not just to get through, but to shine with my presence. The fire is not the end of your story. It is the beginnings of a deeper story. Do not be afraid of the flames of fire. Do not let the enemy convince you that your suffering is meaningless. Every tear you shed, I have caught. Every cry you whispered, I have heard. And every moment you feel like giving up, remember this: I am the God who walks with his children through the fire. You will not be burned. You will not be abandoned. You will not be forgotten. Let your faith grow, not because the fire is gone, but because I am with you in it. You are not weak because you cry. You are not faithless because you are afraid. You are human, and you are mine. So hold on, my child. Take another breath. Pray another prayer. Raise another praise. Because even in the fire, I am faithful. And I am not done with you yet, my child. I see that you are weary. You have prayed. You have fasted. You have believed. But the answers seem far away, like a whisper lost in the wind. And now you think, Lord, have you forgotten me? Give me time to speak in the silence. No, I have not forgotten you. No, I have not ignored your tears. Every moment of waiting is not punishment. It is preparation. You see delays. I see growth. You feel pain. I see purpose. I do not work on your time, my dear. My time is not delayed. It is radiant. When you think I am late, I am working behind the scenes, coordinating, shaping, softening hearts, and moving mountains, which you cannot yet see. Remember Lazarus? When his sisters called me, they expected healing, but I waited. It is not that I did not care, but because I wanted to reveal something bigger, rebirth. If I had answered them as they asked, they would have seen a cure. But because I waited, they saw a miracle. So when you don't understand why the answer hasn't come yet, when your heart aches waiting, when your hand gets tired of knocking, know this: I am still working. Even in silence, seeds must be planted, then they will grow. Night must fall, then morning will come. And waiting must come, then breakthroughs will come. Do not be afraid of the in-between. The in-between is holy ground. This is where I stretch your faith and teach you, not in the outcome, but in trusting in me. Sometimes, my child, I let you wait because I want you to walk closely with me. If I gave you everything instantly, you might forget that you need me every day. Then lean in. Speak to me, not just what you need, but who I am. May your faith not be what I can give, but who I am. I am your Father. I am your provider. I am your healer. I am your shepherd. I am your peace. I am the keeper of your promises. Even when the world is unstable, I am unchanging. Even when the answers are hidden, not my presence, you may not always understand my path, but you can always trust my heart. Do not rush your process, my child. The journey is not a waste. Wandering is not denial. And silence is not absence. It is sacred. I am preparing you for something greater that you have asked for. And when the time comes, not a second sooner or later, the doors will open. The signs will break. The answers will come. And your heart will know. It is I always. Until then, worship. Until then, believe. Until then, walk by faith, not by sight. For I am the Lord of the right time, and my promise is still unbroken. My beloved child, you have walked far. Your feet are tired, and the path hasn't been easy. You've faced storms that shook your heart, and days when silence made you wonder if I was still near. But hear me now. I was always with you. Every step, every tear, every silent prayer whispered into the night, I heard it. Faith, my child, isn't born in comfort. It's forged in the fire of struggle. It grows, not when all is well, but when all seems lost. You want to strengthen your faith? Then let me take you to the roots of it. Let me show you the soil where it truly grows. In the storms, in the waiting, in the quietness, where all you have is me. Do you remember Peter, my disciple, when he walked on water? His eyes locked onto mine, and for a moment, faith lifted him above the waves. But then he looked at the storm, and he sank. The storm didn't disappear. I didn't calm the sea first. I invited him into the storm to show him where faith truly begins. Not in calmness, but in chaos. In your own life, storms come. Unexpected illness, loss, betrayal, financial struggle, anxiety. You pray, Lord, take it away. And sometimes I do. But sometimes I let the storm rage, not to destroy you, but to show you that even the wind and waves must obey me. Faith doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means stepping out despite fear, trusting that I am holding your hand. I allow you to feel the wind, not to scare you, but to teach you to walk by faith, not by sight. Do not curse the storm, my child. Thank me for it, because it is in the storm that you learn my voice. There are times you pray and hear nothing. Days stretch into weeks, and it seems I've turned away. But I haven't. Silence isn't absence. It's preparation. When I was silent with Joseph in prison, I was shaping him to become a ruler in Egypt. When I was silent during your sleepless nights, I was strengthening your spiritual muscles. Silence makes you lean in. It makes you ask deeper questions. It makes you search my word for answers. And in the searching, you find me. My silence is no rejection. It's sacred. It's the soil where deep roots grow. Trees don't grow strong from rain alone. It's the dry seasons that make their roots stretch deeper. So when it feels like I'm quiet, don't walk away. Sit with me. Let your heart speak, and let your soul listen. I am nearer than you think. My child, faith isn't just belief. It is obedience, especially when logic fails, when the path ahead is invisible, when everything in your flesh screams, "This doesn't make sense." Abraham didn't understand my plan when I told him to leave his homeland, his people, and everything familiar. Yet he walked, step by step, mile by mile, not because he had the full map, but because he trusted the one giving the directions. Sometimes I will ask you to take steps that make no sense to the world, or even to yourself. To forgive when you've been deeply wounded. To give when you barely have enough. To serve when you feel empty. To love again after heartbreak. To trust again after betrayal. To believe for healing when the report says incurable. Obedience is the highest form of faith. It is you saying, "Lord, I don't understand, but I will go." You don't need to understand the how when you trust the who. You don't need to see the path when I am the light to your feet. Obedience draws you closer to my heart, and the closer you are to me, the stronger your faith becomes. Faith isn't built in a day, my beloved. Just as your physical body grows stronger with daily nourishment, your spirit grows strong with spiritual discipline. What are you feeding your heart every day? Are you feeding your fear with the world's chaos? Or are you feeding your faith with my word, with worship, with prayer? When you wake up, reach for me first. Let my promises be the first words you hear. When anxiety creeps in, don't drown it with distractions. Silence the noise and open your Bible. There you'll find the weapons to fight your fear. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing my voice through Scripture. You must train your faith like a soldier trains for war. The battles are real, but so is my power. Fill your mind with truth, and doubt will shrink. Fill your heart with praise, and despair will flee. Your thoughts shape your faith. Guard them like treasure. My precious child, you often ask, why must I suffer? Why must my path be filled with so much pain? And I gently whisper, because this is where your faith is forged. Gold is refined in fire, not in sunlight. Diamonds are formed under pressure, not in peace. And strong faith is built through struggle, not ease. It is in the storms that you learn to cling to me. It is in the wilderness that you learn to listen for my whisper. It is in your breaking that I shape something eternal. You may not see it now, but every trial is a training ground for trust. Every delay is a lesson in dependence. Every heartbreak is an invitation to deeper hope. When I allow the winds to blow, it is not to destroy you, but to deepen your roots in me. When I allow the night to fall, it is not to abandon you, but to teach you to walk by faith and not by sight. Child, I know it's hard. I see your tears, but do not despise the testing, for it is working something glorious within you. James says, the testing of your faith produces perseverance, and perseverance produces character, and character, hope that does not disappoint. So in the midst of pain, lift your eyes. Declare with trembling lips if you must, even in this, I trust you, Lord. My beloved child, faith is not just a feeling. It is not just words spoken in a prayer or sung in a song. True faith always leads to action. When I called Abraham, he did not just say, I believe. He packed his bags and walked into the unknown. When Peter believed in me, he stepped out of the boat and walked on water. Faith always moves. Faith always obeys. I am calling you now, not just to say that you believe, but to live like you do, to forgive when it hurts, to give when it's uncomfortable, to speak truth when it costs something, to love when it's inconvenient, to step forward even when you're afraid. Obedience is the soil in which your faith grows. It is not perfection I seek. It is surrender. You won't always feel strong. You won't always feel ready. But when you trust me and take that step, I will meet you there. I don't call the qualified. I qualify the called. I don't wait for you to be perfect. I just ask you to follow. So today I'm asking, will you take that step? Will you forgive that person? Will you give, even when you feel lack? Will you go where I'm sending you, even if it scares you? Child, I am with you. Don't let fear speak louder than my promises. Don't let delay make you forget your destiny. Just say yes, and trust me with the rest. Faith without works is dead. But faith lived out, faith that walks, serves, and obeys, shakes the world. My beloved child, the world around you is filled with pain, confusion, and darkness. People are searching for answers in empty places. They try to numb their pain with distractions, bury their doubts in noise, and chase love in all the wrong directions. But you, my child, are called to be different. You are not of this world. I have set you apart, not to hide, but to shine. Your faith in me is not just for your comfort. It is for their salvation. I have placed you exactly where you are, to be a light in the darkness, to be hope in the despair, and to be love where hate has ruled for too long. When you live a life of faith, you become a living sermon. Your peace in the storm, your love for the unlovable, your strength in weakness. These things speak louder than any words. They point others to me. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to be willing to stand out, willing to be kind in a cruel world, willing to forgive when others hold grudges, willing to show grace when judgment feels easier. That is how faith transforms the world, one life at a time, starting with yours. Remember my words. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. When you shine with faith, even the darkest night begins to break. Child, don't underestimate the power of your simple acts of faith. When you pray for someone, heaven listens. When you encourage someone, their soul is lifted. When you forgive someone, chains are broken. When you help the weak, you serve me. The enemy will try to convince you that your light is too small, that you are too broken to be used, too sinful to matter. But I tell you this, even a candle can light up an entire room. Don't hide your light. Don't dim your faith to fit in. I have called you to stand out, not to blend in. Let your life be a testimony. Let your words be filled with grace. Let your hands bring healing. Let your steps lead others to me. The world doesn't need more fear, more anger, or more division. The world needs faith, your faith. Sometimes the journey of faith feels lonely. Sometimes you wonder if anyone understands, if anyone sees your tears, your struggles, your quiet obedience. But hear me now. I see you. I walk beside you. I know your heart. You are never alone. I have gone before you, and I walk with you. When you stumble, I lift you. When you cry, I collect your tears. When you doubt, I whisper truth. There are others too. You are part of a great family of faith. My church is alive, not perfect, but powerful. Find them. Stand with them. Encourage each other. Pray together. Worship together. Grow together. And even if all forsake you, I never will. I will never leave you, nor forsake you. That is my eternal promise. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are mine. This journey is not a sprint, child. It is a marathon. Faith is not proved in a moment, but over a lifetime. Many start well, full of passion and excitement, but few finish strong. The trials, the distractions, the wounds, they wear down even the boldest hearts. But you, my child, are called to endure. You are called to finish the race, to keep the faith. You don't run in your own strength. You run with me. When you are tired, I will be your strength. When you are discouraged, I will lift your spirit. When you are tempted to give up, I will remind you why you started. I am preparing a crown for you. I am writing your name in the book of life. And when you stand before me, I want to say, well done, good and faithful servant. Keep going, keep believing, keep trusting. The finish line is worth it. Today is the day, my beloved, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, not when life is perfect. Today I am calling you to rise in faith, to rise in hope, to rise in love. You may feel weak, but my power is made perfect in weakness. You may feel small, but I use the small things to do great wonders. You may feel unworthy, but my grace covers all. Say yes to me again. Open your heart wide. Let my spirit fill you afresh. Let your faith rise like the dawn. You have been chosen. You have been anointed. You have been set apart. Now is the time. This is your moment. Strengthen your faith. Walk boldly. Shine brightly. For I, the Lord your God, am with you wherever you go. My dear child, if you have been with me and heard this message, know that it was no accident. You were there to hear it. You were there to feel my presence. And you were there to remember that no matter how much you think you are never beyond my reach. Faith is not a one-time event. It is a daily walk, a sacred journey where I hold your hand through every valley and every storm. I know you are tired. I know you are overwhelmed. But I also know your heart. I know the strength I have put in you. And even when you feel weak, I am strong in you. I am not unaware of what you are facing. I have not overlooked a single tear you have shed. I have held every tear in a bottle, and I will provide a purposeful remedy for every pain. Every obstacle is a preparation. Every closed door is a new direction for me. And every pain is an opportunity to help you lean more deeply into me. You are not alone on this path. When you doubt, come to me. When you are afraid, call upon me. When you are lost, sit with me in silence, and I will speak to your spirit. My voice will not always be loud, but it will always be close. I still whisper, I hold you. I will not leave you. May today be the day that you say yes to me completely, not just in words, but in heart, in faith, and in surrender. You do not need to have all the answers. You only need me. And child, you have them. So go forth with courage, speak with love, serve with joy, and believe with all your heart. For I, your God, your Father, your refuge, am always with you. Go now, drawing strength from my spirit. You are chosen. You are beloved. You